Hey people, it is Wednesday, November the 20th. Time is 6:19 a.m. and it is a somewhat mild 8 degrees Celsius, well above the normal temperature for this time of year this early in the morning, which would be closer to like -1. So I'm not complaining about the slightly warmer temps for late November for another one of these early morning walks. I'm on Dundas Street East, and I'm going to head into the heart of downtown. We'll take in some early morning vibes before the sun rises. I'm not sure what time sunrise is these days. I'll make my way to Jarvis Street, and we'll take a walk south down Jarvis. It's very overcast and gloomy looking. I think rain is expected later in the day. And rain might be in the forecast for several days after today. But of course, that can change at any moment. All right, we've reached Jarvis. Across to the other side. I wonder how this new cafe is doing. This location has had so many places come and go over the years. Seems nice enough. Has some neat historic photos inside of the city. Hopefully that one will last. It's called the Avenue Cafe, even though it's not on an avenue. Both Jarvis and Dundas are just called streets. I guess Street Cafe doesn't have quite the same ring to it. I think this is open for business now. It's a new hotel. There's a sign that says now renting, so I think they have some units in there that are for living in, not just short-term stays. Crossing Shooter. Even at the busiest time of day, this part of Jarvis Street is not usually too busy with people. It's definitely more of a traffic artery. A bit further south it does liven up though once you get close to the St. Lawrence Market neighborhood. But not at 6:30 in the morning. I wonder how long this parking lot will remain here. Crossing Queen. I've always thought this was the least attractive part of Jarvis Street. It's quite nice to the north and quite nice to the south, and definitely not nice along this stretch. It does have this curious Love Hotel here though. St. Lawrence Residences and Suites. Suites, huh? I'd be curious to see what they look like. Here's Richmond Street. Whoa, this car didn't even see me. What a dingus. I am dressed in black, but I mean, it's not that dark out. I was crossing with a green light for pedestrians. sorry, I have nothing. At Adelaide, there's St. James Park. Let's take a walk through the park. They do have some festive decor. Doesn't feel very Christmassy though right now. So it very much feels like autumn, which it is. St. Lawrence Hall always looks awesome with its lighting. That building dates back to 1850. This is Old Town at King Street East here. Oh, I just spotted a rat go scurrying over there. Oh, that's a good size one. And this park is one of my favorites in the downtown. I've said that about several parks I've walked through while recording. There's a rat again. Maybe it's the same one. This one looks smaller though. And St. James Cathedral. That's the tallest church steeple in the city, and maybe the tallest in Canada, if you're talking about traditional steeples. And speaking of churches, here's Church Street. Maybe I'll cross, and then I'll cross again. It's looking into the financial district here along King Street. Alright, I'm gonna head, I think, down to Colburn Street. Lots of construction workers walking to work. Here's Colburn. It's a neat street. Kind of narrow with lots of very old buildings, but also sort of terminated by the awesome Commerce Court West. And there's a great Irish pub up here on the corner. These buildings look so solid here. I don't know what other word to describe them. Almost bunker-like, but in a good way. And this is the new Google head office here for Canada, or at least the Toronto office anyway. I'm not sure where it stands overall. There we go, PJ O'Brien's. Definitely has the look of a traditional Irish pub anyway. I've never been though. It's got cars just racing down these little narrow side streets here. The rat race is getting underway. And here's the backside of the King Edward Hotel. One of the nicest old historic hotels. I'd say second only to the Royal York Hotel in the financial district or southern part of downtown. And that's the hotel that I always think of though as being significant in the fact that the Beatles stayed there during all three of their tours in the 60s. Here's Scott Street. And Victoria on that side, heading north, looking north, I should say. This hotel is sort of tucked in here, the Cosmopolitan. It's a pretty good sized hotel. It's just kind of out of sight over here, but I think it does quite well. With this construction over here now, this part of Colburn Street is even less easily accessed than it normally would be. Not that it's hard to access, but it's easy to get overlooked, I think, especially if you're not from Toronto and you're just walking along Yonge Street. Speaking of which, here we are, Yonge. Already got a bit of a traffic backup here. We do have a lane restriction due to this very long-lasting construction project here. I kind of want to cross here. I've complained about this situation many times, being how unsafe it is, really. All right, let's head into the courtyard over here. Commerce Court. I think it's getting around that time where I have to do my annual walk around the financial district looking at all the Christmas trees. I did one of those last year that ended up being a pretty lengthy walk. There's a lot of trees in the financial district that are decorated, including these ones here. Of course, these aren't traditional Christmas trees, but there are plenty of those also. And this is the aptly named Commerce Court courtyard. We have Commerce Court West and the historic Commerce Court North. And the big fountain. Won't be seeing any fountain action here for a while now. My favorite thing about This courtyard is right here. Temba, mother of elephants. It's a life-size African elephant. A female, obviously. Just imagine what a male would be like here. They're quite a bit bigger than the females. Why don't they have father of elephants also part of this crowd? Emerging onto Bay Street, right in the heart of the financial district, and here you can see some trees in the lobby. Building will be filling up with people over the next couple of hours, as will most of the other buildings here. I think today is a in-office day for most people who work in the financial district. Although tomorrow they'll probably be staying home because that's when Taylor Swift is continuing her concert series here in Toronto with 3 more shows. And last week, people in the financial district on Thursday and Friday were given the option to work from home rather than come and deal with the added congestion and chaos resulting from her visit here to the city. So I imagine tomorrow will be another quieter than normal day. But today will probably be quite busy. Let's see if I can get away from or out of this scaffolding here. There's a person asleep on a vent in the middle of the sidewalk. I just walked past a vent that's venting warm air. So this is thought of as Canada's Wall Street, if you want to make comparisons. And I always love walking through this area, looking at the awesome older office towers, the oldest of which date back over 100 years. Of course, the oldest ones aren't very tall compared to the more modern ones, but they add a nice texture to the street. It's Temperance Street, and it continues over there. Lots of steam venting out of there. No one's sleeping on that though, that's right in the middle of the street. Traffic is picking up. We're heading for Old City Hall. We're at Richmond Street. There's the Hudson's Bay Company store. Once things get a bit more congested as the morning rush intensifies, people start to get a bit more aggressive with their driving, and you hear plenty of honking and fist shaking and all that sort of thing. Just like something from out of a movie. Old City Hall with its very tall clock tower. Taller than the famous tower that houses Big Ben in London. And Queen Street. So I think I'm going to wrap things up here at Queen and Bay. I hope you enjoyed the early morning walk through the city, starting from the east side, heading down Jarvis, making our way through St. James Park and along King Street. And then Church and Colburn and into the financial district, ending here in front of Old City Hall. So leave a comment down below if you enjoyed. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.